Okay, so for the events, if we kind of look at what we have on there right now, we have two events right now. And as you add them, they'll just start populating underneath here. Um, so to edit this, there's a couple different ways you can go about it, but the best way is I'm just going to go back to the dashboard. Um, and again, you'll see this is familiar from the other videos. And what we're looking at are this one right here. I'm going to get rid of this one. You don't need that one, but so ME Calendar is where we're creating these events. Um, and to create a new event, we're just going to go. I want to go to all events because I've have everything set up in each event already. So all you do is copy it. And you'll notice that these two have already passed. So if you look at the page, I'm just going to duplicate this. If we look at the actual page, you're going to see that those no longer show up because they're past events. So as events pass, they'll just drop off. Um, let's just kind of take a look. So you can see that, those May events have already passed. So a good way to do this is kind of keep two windows open. It's totally up to you. But so what I would do is just duplicate this and then just change the date and the content and the location because everything's already set up, and it's just going to be easier that way. So I'm just going to click that one and I'm just going to click duplicate and hit apply. Now as you do this, they're going to be added to the page live, so make sure you get the correct information in there. So I'm going to go to that. That's the copy. That's the draft. So I'm just going to go to edit. And let's just say you're going to do another one on June 12th. And it may take a minute. Just depends on the speed of your internet at that moment. And I'll take that part off. I'm going to take this copy of. I don't need that. And let's say you're having one on June 12th. And you can change the title as well. Now it's not live until you publish it, so go ahead and change. You can add any information. You can add the location here, and then if you page down, you'll see this start date. So let's change this. I'm just going to click. I'm going to click right here by the number. And let's say it's on the 12th, and it ends on the 12th, and then you can set the start time and the end time here. Don't worry about these. It's all set up for you. All I gotta do is change that. And if you want to add a location, you can insert a new location, but here are those locations that you gave me. But you can go in and edit those if you want. It's up to you. And you can add two events. You can add more than one location if you want. Don't worry about these because we haven't set those up, but I want to leave this you as the organizer because that's the email you're going to get. It's going to go to your email. And you can add more organizers if you want. And just leave this alone. This doesn't really matter here, but leave this as well. So everything below, this point right here, just kind of leave alone. Again, you can change. You can add a new location if you want. And when you do that, it's going to ask you for the location name and the event location. So it's up to you. What I did is the location name would be Prime Restaurant, and then the actual location address here. Okay. So once we get everything in there that we want, and I would write more information here, just talk, maybe talk about what you're going to talk about during that specific event. And once we're good with that, we can select a color to kind of highlight it. Right now, we just have them all set to yellow, but if it's If it's a real special event, then you might want to highlight it in red. The rest of this just kind of leave as is because it's already set up, ready to go. Um, Again, so we're changing the name. You might want to change this as well, like we did on the post. So let's just call it, because we made a copy of it, let's call it, what I would do is call it June-12. And that's all you need on that, right? Okay. That makes it easier for people to find it and for search engines. So click OK. So you want to change that as well. So this you want to change that, just the end part right there. You want to add your content, the dates and the time. Make sure that if we page down, it's coming to you, the main event organizer. And if you need to insert a new location, you can do that. Okay, and then I'm going to hit publish. And as soon as it publishes, it goes live. So if we take a look at the page, I'm going to redo a reload on this. You're going to see that event has been added. Okay, and when we go to register, just go to hit register here. Okay, and I've changed this so that it works a little easier. They can choose 1 to 4 tickets and hit next. And then they fill out their information and then hit next, and then that email will come to you. So that's how to do events. And if you want to back out of this to go do something else, you can always just click that. And now I'm going to go delete that. So I'm going to go back to all events. Do not go to this one. We're not using that one. We're using ME Calendar. Go to all events. And let's say you want to delete something. You can just click it and then click move to trash. We can always recover that if it's in the trash. So I like to move it to the trash in case we need to use it as another copy or something. Okay. So those are the events that you have so far. So I would go in and start adding your other events. Try to keep maybe 5 to 6 current on there, and also add more content because there's really not a lot of textual content on there for people to read. So that's how you do events. Let me know if you have any questions.